everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Friday, August 12th, 2022. I'm Jeremy Crosby, and we wrap up another week in the city of Fitchburg with a great Talking Fitchburg. Got a great show for you coming up today. We got to get right to it because we got some great guests coming up. In case you missed it, we had our Hy-Vee segment this month with the potato friend or foe. It's a fun package, and yeah, if you love potatoes as much as I do, you'll love this segment. Plus, we're going to check in with Department of Trade Consumer Protection on student loan debt forbearance, which ends August 31st. We'll break that down for you. Plus, tell you about a seminar that's happening next week here with our friends at Department of Trade Consumer Protection. But first, we got to get to the headlines. That's why I'm speeding, because I want to get some in here. County Highway MM and McCoy Road intersection traffic shift happening today. You may have already seen it. The intersection switches to an all-way stop condition starting today. Vehicles traveling on northbound and southbound County Highway MM and eastbound McCoy Road will be required to stop before proceeding through the intersection. The intersection will remain under this traffic control configuration until the traffic signal equipment is installed later this fall. And any questions, you can contact Wisconsin DOT or the city of Fitchburg for those questions. Bryan Road closure happening next week. Want to make sure you're ready for this. Bryan Road will be closed from August 15th through August 19th to replace a failing culvert. The road will be completely blocked immediately adjacent to the project, with partial road closures at Kane Road and South Sain Road to allow residents access to their homes. And if there's any rain, this may change. We'll keep you up to date on that if there is any changes. Happening this weekend, you have gift cards for guns. It's happening out at the Align Energy Center this Saturday. You can bring out any of your guns exchange for gift cards. Event happens from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Again, at the Align Energy Center. Remember, the first 5 assault rifles turned in, Boys and Girls Club will throw in an extra $250. So that's some serious cash. It'd be $500 walking away if you have an assault rifle that you want to turn in for some cash. Concerts at McKee returns next Monday. It's the final concert. So it'll be Rubella Group will be hitting the main stage at 7 p.m. Marathon Youth Band will be kicking off at 6 p.m. Bring that picnic basket, bring some friends, and have a good evening of great music. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up our digest. We're going to be talking about that Hy-Vee segment with the potato friend or foe next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Considerando el número de desastres naturales que ocurren en los Estados Unidos, es probable que en la próxima década todas las regiones tengan que lidiar con alguna clase de emergencia. Entre la escuela, los deportes y la vida social, es probable que cuando suceda usted no esté con sus hijos. ¿Saben ellos qué hacer? Listo.gov/niños tiene información y herramientas educativas para facilitar esta conversación. Cuando llegue el momento, se sentirán preparados y no asustados. Así que hable con su familia hoy mismo.
Así que no le cuento todo y sobre de encajar, siento como que me va a decir que es una ridiculez.
Puedo entender eso completamente.
Bailando entre dos vidas, el pasado y el futuro.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me this morning is one of our two great dietitians from Hy-Vee. It's Amy, and she's back with a very fun topic. Amy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great today. Thanks. How are you?
Good. I love the new background. That thing is it's awesome.
Thanks.
It's way better than mine.
Something bright today. So yeah, changing
Well,
it up.
red's my favorite color. That's probably one of the reasons,
Perfect.
that it's awesome. But all right, today's topic, this is so awesome. I'm excited. We're talking about potatoes, friend or foe. I love that title, and this family loves the potato. And the potatoes maybe got a bad rap because of the starch or because of, you can load it up with so many great things. But you're here to tell us that there's a way that it could be your friend. So the potato, tell us about the potato.
Yes, the potato, the much maligned potato. I feel like it's one of those things I'm constantly defending to people because, like you said, it gets such a bad rap. There's so much misinformation out there. And so clients are coming in all the time saying, I heard from whatever source they're getting it from, potatoes are bad. I can't eat them. So I'm here to set the record straight. You can eat potatoes and not feel bad about it. They actually have a lot of really good nutrition that most people aren't getting enough of, primarily potassium and fiber. So those are two things, as Americans, we're really not hitting the mark on getting enough of those. And so that's really, definitely the potato is bringing some benefits to the table.
Yeah, I would have never guessed on the potassium part of things that would be a piece to pull in. Also, I see too on the somewhat, is there something with the potato skins too that it seems like some of the fruits and vegetables out there, when you're talking about skin, provides that extra nutrient. Is the potato play in that same role?
Definitely, yes. So the skin really is where you're going to find the majority of the fiber in the potato. And that's true of all fruits and vegetables. So if you think about, the skin or in like your citrus fruit, those membranes and things like that, all of those components of fruits and vegetables are giving you that fiber, which really, we as a country are not great about meeting our fiber requirement for the day. So yes, with a potato, if whenever possible, if you can leave the skin on, definitely you're going to get that extra fiber. If you take it off, you're not going to get as much fiber from it.
That's really interesting because I think there's a misnomer out there. Jeremy is saying this, he doesn't know this for a fact, but that, people just kind of discard the skin. Like you do a baked potato, you carve the inside out, and then, mama, see you later, skin. But yes, you're here to say that you can clean those. You can clean it up really good. Do you have any recommendations so that people could start eating that if they wanted to, or and we'll talk about ways of working the potato in your meals, but cleaning wise, recommendations there?
Yeah. And really, you don't have to do anything special, really just water and scrubbing it really well. If there's any visible dirt, obviously you would just want to scrub it off. If it has any imperfections or any bruising or those, sometimes you get the little eyes that start sprouting out of the potato, you can just cut those off. But yeah, other than that, no, there's really nothing extra you need to do to prep it.
Well, the versatility of the potato is it is why the potato is amazing. You can do so many different things with the potato. Last night, we just had a meal where we drizzled something on some really small cut potatoes, had them fried in the pan. And it's another great way of doing it. But you're here to tell us, the sky's the limit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I think kind of our initial, when we think about potatoes, French fries is kind of that initial thing we go to, which maybe isn't the best in terms of health because it's fried. So, thinking about some other ways to prepare potatoes, baked is certainly a great way to go. Like you said, cutting them up and pan frying them. You could also just roast them in your oven, toss them with a little bit of oil. I like to put some seasonings. Fresh herbs go really well on potatoes. So like rosemary is a spice I use a lot. You can even throw them on your grill if you've got a grill pan, or you could prepare a foil pack and put your potatoes on that way. And then, classics like potato salad and things like that, even mashed potatoes. So yeah, you name it, there's a different way to prepare it. So it's something that won't get boring because you can constantly change up the way you're preparing it. And then the spices and flavorings that you're adding to it.
Now, certainly, we've talked about Jeremy's. He's a bigger guy here. Talking as a third person. Oh, good. We're really there. Anyway, we have the potato, and I like to stack the potato full. If I'm going to do that classic baked potato, I'm putting the sour cream, I'm putting the cheese, bacon, the onion. You're like, Jeremy, there might be some better ways to, the potato's filling for many reasons, but there's healthier ways too to prep the potato to still keep the nutrients and the healthy part of that. So what would you recommend a guy who's a steak and potato eater all the time?
So I would recommend maybe doing, smaller amounts of some of those other toppings that we think about maybe as not your best choices, but maybe adding some other things in there. So some steamed vegetables, broccoli goes really well with that. I also you could take like a Southwestern spin on it and maybe put some black beans, corn, a little bit of cheddar cheese and some salsa. And then, even subbing in if you wanted to for your sour cream, plain Greek yogurt subs really well for sour cream. So you could top it off with something like that. So just varying your toppings a little bit can definitely take it from, not your best choice to actually a really healthy, balanced meal.
Yeah. And potatoes are filling. And this is an interesting one to me that I would have not actually thought about, but it can help you for losing weight.
Yes. I know who would have thought that, right? When we were starting this. So one of the things with weight loss that people really struggle with is that as they start to maybe cut back on their portions, then they feel hungry all the time, or they feel like a meal isn't as satisfying because it's not, maybe as much as what they were used to eating before. So if you're eating foods that are really filling and that will stick with you for a while, it actually can help because you're not going to feel hungry as soon after you eat that meal. And especially keeping that skin in with the fiber is definitely going to help with that as well.
And there is a balance here too. And I see you have something here on the research. Potato tends to be a little bit more salty than some of the other foods like pasta or rice. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, research has found that potatoes can be a little bit more satiating or filling, than some of those other carbohydrate foods. Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. All right, affordability of the potato. I mean, that's probably why it makes it the most popular. Because you could get it down to just buying the potato, down to it already pre-cut, whatever. But that can help, and it works with so many different meals.
Yes, and especially now where, grocery prices have been increasing. That's something we're hearing from everybody every day. Groceries are getting more expensive. And so people are really looking for ways to keep that budget in check as they're planning out their meals. So yes, potatoes are definitely always one of your more affordable things in the produce section. And, like we had talked about with some of your different toppings, having a baked potato bar as a meal, that can be a really affordable meal. So definitely something to slot into your meal plan as you're trying to keep your budget intact when it comes to groceries.
And the sweet potato, I mean, we could talk about all the different potatoes, and there's a lot of great potato choices out there. We could probably just spend a segment on identify this potato, but we'll save that. But sweet potato is another good offering, and have kind of come up. I feel like it was never talked about, and now they're there.
Yes, so sweet potatoes get kind of a halo placed around them compared to white potatoes, especially. And really, bottom line, they're very similar in nutrition. Though I would say one of the main differences is with a sweet potato, because of its orange color, you're going to get more vitamin A. That's what's giving it its orange color a little bit. So with your sweet potato, more vitamin A. The white potato is going to have a little bit more potassium than the sweet potato. But really, at the end of the day, they're both really nutritious choices. So neither one is good, neither one is bad. There's no better or best. They're both options that you should and can include in your diet. Yep.
A final question for you is grocery stores have, you guys are lucky enough to bring in products all the time. Does the potato have a certain season, or for the most part, you're able to get potatoes year round and different choices of potatoes, but is there a better season for them? I think of Wisconsin season, it comes at the end, just like everything does with corn and all at the end of the year. But what is that season, or is it just we're lucky enough that we get it year round?
Yeah, that's a good question. And actually with potatoes, I would say we're lucky enough to just get those year round. Other produce definitely, like you said, has definite seasons where it's either more accessible or it's going to be better quality, but potatoes are pretty consistent year round. So again, making them a really good choice for that meal plan.
So I guess the answer to potato, friend or foe is?
We're going to go friend. Definitely.
They're your friend.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. Amy, thank you so much for breaking down the potato. I'm going to add it to my menu again for tonight for sure. Thank you so much. We'll check in with you real soon. Actually, before we go,
all right,
people want to get more information, Amy, where can they find that?
Yes, the best place to go is to the Hy-Vee website. You can go to hyvee.com/health, and there you'll be able to find information about all of our nutrition services.
All right. Thank you so much, Amy. We'll talk to you next month.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. All right. Get those baked potatoes. Just get a potato on your menu tonight. And I like the idea of a baked potato bar just for a full meal. I think that's a cool idea as well. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family, and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joined today from Department of Ag, Trade, Consumer Protection is Laura. I always want to say it the other way, but you'd think I would get it right after all this time. Either way, she is here, and we're going to be talking about the student loan debt. And first and foremost, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
Thank you for keep coming back and putting up with me each and every month. I appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about student loan debt and forbearance ends August 31st. I had to ask you how to say it because I don't want to say it wrong. Probably still said it wrong, but tell us about this.
You said it perfectly, and I enjoyed coming back each and every month for the record. So student loan forbearance is really important that people need to understand what's going on right now. So the federal government has put into forbearance federal student loans, and they've been doing it for quite some time now. They did it during COVID, and they keep extending the deadline. And what that means is when a loan is in forbearance, it's not accruing interest, and the student borrower doesn't have to pay. That forbearance is going to get lifted on September 1st. So the last day of forbearance will be August 31st, and folks will have to start paying back their loans, their federal loans, on September 1st. This is important because there's a lot of people who have not ever paid their loans because they took them out during COVID. And the entire time they've had them have been in a pendency of forbearance. So what that means is it might creep up on some people. They haven't budgeted to have a $200, $300, $400 loan payment every month. So really important that people understand what repayment plan they need to be in, what forgiveness plans they may qualify for, and understand the limited waiver for forgiveness that many people qualify for public loans, public service loan forgiveness. So what I want to tell folks most importantly is that there's a workshop that the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection is putting on with the Wisconsin Department of Financial Institutions. And this workshop is going to be on August 16th over the noon hour. Really great opportunity because this workshop will talk about a couple things. First, it will talk about how to pay back your loans and what some of these repayment tool programs look like and which ones you should be thinking about enrolling in if you're not already. It will also really explain some of the scams that we're seeing out there because as many of us know, there's $1.4 trillion in student loan debt. There's a lot of people looking to pay back their loans, which means there are a lot of scammers out there trying to convince you that they have the easiest, simplest way to pay them back, and they're looking to steal your money and your identity. So this workshop is going to talk about some of those latest scams and how to avoid them and how to get in the correct payment plan. And then the third thing the workshop is going to talk about is a tool called Savvy. It's a corporation that is partnered with the Department of Financial Institutions and has built a Wisconsin student loan repayment tool. And this repayment tool is helpful to navigating this landscape, to helping you understand which repayment plan you should be in, whether or not you qualify for public loans forgiveness or other types of plans. And it saves on average $156 a month for those who participate and $28,000 overall of lifetime savings. So there's a real advantage to using this tool. The Department of Financial Institutions is partnering with Savvy, and the tool is free to Wisconsinites for a year. So really encourage you to visit our website and figure out how you can sign up for this workshop and learn about this tool, about scams, and about how to get your loans paid back.
Yeah, and I hadn't even considered the fact that a lot of people, new college students took on loans and never had a chance to even learn the process of paying it back. Don't even know what to expect on all of this. And then when you throw in the Savvy tool, it almost sounds like too good to be true, but it's coming directly from the source, coming from our financial institute and DATCP being on board, a great partnership there. But when it comes to student loan debt and stuff, what does DATCP see the most of when it comes to those scams, the type of scams, and why, just basically trying to identify why this class is going to be so important as these loan payers are paying back and making sure they aren't getting scammed and are doing the right thing, whether they're starting up again or for the first time.
Great question. So what happens is students obviously pay their loan back. Student borrowers pay their loans back on a monthly basis. And a lot of these debt consolidation companies, student loan debt consolidation companies will tell you that if you pay them an upfront fee, they can do a number of things. They can pay your loans off for you, and you don't have to worry your pretty little head about how to do it. That they have a relationship with the federal government that you don't have, and they can get benefits that you can't get. Or that they can get your loans paid off all, in one fell swoop, or some variation on these themes. So a couple things you should know. You shouldn't pay an upfront fee for someone to help you with your student loans. If someone is helping you, they have to help you prior to charging you an upfront fee. So that's really important. It's illegal to charge upfront fees on debt consolidation in the state of Wisconsin. The other thing you should know is virtually everything these companies are offering to do for you can be done for free. The federal government can tell you how to get into one of these programs. You can go to the Department of Education and learn there. There's any number of nonprofits that offer assistance in navigating this space. So paying someone for what you can get for free is usually problematic. So you should be very clear that you're paying for something that you can get for free. And claims of government partnerships to lend authenticity is often a sign of a red flag. Now, of course, we are partnering with a company, so it doesn't mean it can't happen, but it often means that they're trying to convince you that they have something that nobody else has. And what that means for you is that you need to do your research. You need to make sure it's a legitimate company. You need to make sure it's a legitimate program. And you can do that by calling the BBB, calling the Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection to see if there's any complaints against the company, doing a little research yourself, getting in your search engine, searching the name for the company within scam or complaint, seeing if there's anything there. Or you can visit us at this workshop and we can tell you about where you can get trusted information when you do this. Because here's the deal, it's this can be very complicating, and there's a lot of money at stake. And so understanding what you're doing and understanding you're getting information from sources that you can trust is going to be imperative when you go to pay off your loans. And after listening to me, if you think you've already been defrauded, if you think maybe you did fall for one of these debt consolidation companies that actually isn't doing anything for you, file a complaint with our office. You can visit our website at datcp.wi.gov. You can also call our hotline for information on that, 1-800-422-7128. But definitely let us know. And the other thing that I'll just posit here for folks is that Wisconsin has a student loan hotline that is set up with Ascendium and the Wisconsin Coalition on Student Debt. And that number is 833-589-0750. It's a great resource for student borrowers. You can talk one-on-one with somebody about your student debt, about your situation, and they can help you navigate this space. So a lot of good free resources on our website at this workshop that we really encourage people to take advantage of.
Laura, you are awesome. This is great information. I hope a lot of people tune in for this. We got to talk about getting this on Fact TV Live. I'll talk to you after about this, but we'll help promote the event. And of course, thank you for all your help on all of this and navigating this complicated space for sure. We appreciate your time and we'll look forward to having you next month.
My pleasure. Thanks, Jeremy.
You bet. Check out DATCP's website for more information and get signed up again for that free event, how to avoid scams and free repayment tools and save money. It's a free event on August 16th. It's a webinar. You'll be able to tune in for that. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
Como padre, todos los días son un desafío y hay que estar ahí presentes. No importa lo cansado que uno esté, hay que estar ahí presentes para ellos. Cuando los niños aprenden algo nuevo, es ese momento mágico y especial. Y creo que presenciar ese momento es mi favorito.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are, they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show, I want to thank Laura from the Department of Ag, Trade, Consumer Protection sharing that great information. Check their website for that updated class coming up this week, August 16th. And again, thank you to our friends at Hy-Vee for the potato, friend or foe. Have a good weekend, everybody.